Good morning.
Verda, good morning.
Hi.
Hi. We've got some things going on. We
Okay.
usually do our big headlines at the top, but before we do that, we're in a brand new studio.
Yeah, and it's
I think
a little
it's
funny.
echoey. It's like moving into a new house here. So Verda Bird grew up believing she was black, but 70 years later, she discovered that her birth parents were, in fact, white. Verda will tell us how she found out and how it's changed her life.
Okay, and then Tammy Pescatelli, who is a long-time friend of yours and of our show, which I really appreciate that she's calling in today to talk about her letter that went viral to TV Land and the Dukes of Hazzard debacle. So she'll be here. She'll be joining us in a couple minutes.
Plus, California Governor Jerry Brown signs a bill mandating vaccinations for school children, regardless of personal or religious objections. Dr. Suzanne Gilbert-Lenz weighs in.
And I feel like I have to say it, but she's sitting in the room with us. I don't want to talk about her like she's not here. But we have Danny Klein Modisette, is that right?
Modisette,
sorry. She's joining us to talk about her book, Take My Spouse Please, and just to chime in on all of our broad topics and to bring some levity to the room.
Brought the chime to Santa Clarita.
Someone has to. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
This is going to be amazing.
It's gonna be. It's already amazing.
Yeah, but it's just.
No future tense. It's amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, we're in an up and coming area of Santa Clarita, just north of LA.
I feel up and coming just sitting here.
Isn't it cute?
I just feel up.
Definitely up, and I'm
just
definitely
up.
coming. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Okay.
It's 10 o'clock hour.
Whoa, too early. Daytime.
Wait, we don't want to take too much funny away from Tammy
Yes.
Pescatelli.
Yes.
Tammy, are you on the line with us? Yeah?
Good morning, Tammy.
I don't hear Tammy.
Oh.
Tammy.
I don't want to take the funny from Tammy either. But
Tammy,
I will if I
Tammy,
have to.
I know she's probably Tammy's going to
She's on
find
the line?
find the funny for us.
Apparently the
Okay,
right.
Tammy's calling back. So let's tell our
let's set it up.
Our
So
viewers, I
Tammy
was gonna
writes
say.
this open letter to TV Land.
Right. So back up a little bit. So with all this mishmash about, I was going to say Michigas because I'm a Yiddish Jew.
She's hilarious.
We should have a blooper reel for this show. So the Confederate flag has brought up a lot of issues and concerns for people, and it's
Yes.
been yanked because of what happened down in the Carolina state.
Well, it should have been yanked years ago, but that's a whole other topic.
Well, so what's happening now is that Dukes of Hazzard, the General
Right.
Lee,
Right.
because it has the Confederate flag, has been pulled, and Tammy wrote an open letter to TV Land about how ridiculous that is. And
It
so,
was ridiculous to pull it. She feels
Yes.
it's
Dude,
ridiculous
what,
to
Dukes
pull
of
the
Hazzard?
show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
how great is it that Tammy's probably listening right now going, can I speak? And we're having technical issues. But
Now wait, Tammy Pescatelli, wasn't she on like Last Comic
Last Comic Standing, yeah,
that's
she's awesome.
And
Yeah.
she's fantastic. She has her own. She had her own special, right? She did
Stand Up Mother.
Stand Up
Stand
Mother.
Up Mother. All
On,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, what are your thoughts on the Confederate? About
not a
Dukes
fan of the
Hazzard.
Confederate flag. I think I'll go public with that. I'm going to come out of the closet.
People have been
and say,
wondering about your
yeah.
thoughts on that. But no,
But-
but I too think that it's, to wave it proudly is an issue. But characters are characters. They're TV
Well, wait a
characters.
minute. Also, are there no editors? Can't they just edit out the Confederate flag?
Do we have her?
Well, oh, she's calling. Okay, we're getting the hand signal, but we're repeating
Can't we
it.
just edit that out? I mean, I guess it's like a big job to edit out
Yeah.
from every single open.
But
It's
some
in the
people
opening
are
credits.
Some
Apparently.
people are putting the rainbow on instead.
But
and
I
that's
think
really
I
making
think the
people
point,
crazy.
and when we get Tammy on, I think the point is we're going to have to alter history. I mean, it's that with every racist comment, with every bigoted
But don't
comment.
they actually air All in the Family as well?
Right, and the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we can go
Right,
back to
but
every
it's a little
show.
different, ladies. I mean, All in the Family and the Jeffersons, they were in on the joke. They were holding up a mirror to society. They weren't.
Oh,
Yay!
Hey,
Hello,
Tammy.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to
Hi.
our new studio.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And we were just about to get a styrofoam cup and a string to make sure that you were good to go.
Well, I did send you a hot air balloon.
Well,
with a
thank you.
message, so.
All right, so
I put
Tammy,
a
tell us
message in
tell
the
us
bottle.
about your letter to TV Land.
Oh, well, wait. It's not just a letter to TV Land.
Well,
it's a letter to TV Land that ends up being a letter to Viacom that ends up being Viacom owns Comedy Central. So it's truly the death of my career.
Oh, wow.
But, look, I'm so tired of political correctness to a ridiculous sense. everybody is upset about the flag, and it's whether what my politics are or aren't in any question in this matter. I always thought it was odd when I would travel and work in the South. I definitely didn't see a point of it ever being on a state building or anything like that. To that point, I never noticed it on the General Lee. I mean, I know it was there, but it could have had flames. I didn't know that A-Team had a bubble window until someone just pointed it out to me on their van. I don't know. And so when TV Land pulled the Dukes of Hazzard off, I just felt like we should really take a look then, because if TV Land is going to pull the Dukes of Hazzard off because of the General Lee having the Confederate flag on it, well, then we're going to relook at everything, because Archie Bunker said racist things, and then they talked about him, and George Jefferson said racist things, and they talked about him, and Fred Sanford, and you can't even call the Beverly Hillbillies then, so you might as well take them off, and on, and we should probably ban cowboy hats now, to be honest with you, because that's a symbol of when the Cowboys defeated the American Indians, and now look where we are. So if we start doing all those things, I just thought that we were getting to a level of ridiculousness. And it went viral.
What's the backlash been? Because I know you said that it got to Viacom and Comedy Central, but what's the backlash been?
Not much at all, really. There's been very few people that were against it. The fact is that the most that people will bring up, and they'll say, well, churches are being burned, and you're talking about reruns. And to that point, I can only say I'm a comic. I can't address. I'm not talking about racism. I'm really, truly talking about censorship, which is dear to me because I make my money with my words.
Right.
I'm putting my mouth where my money is and stopping that. I can't, as one person, address all those things. I'm not the news. But we're looking at things that, as someone, how do we go forward? So we're really putting a slippery slope, is what I called it, to TV Land, because where do we go from here now? I mean, we're not allowed to have adjectives. We're not allowed to have descriptive words. I mean, it's just getting to a point now that we're lapping ourselves with this political correctness, and we're leaving we might as well be robots.
Well, and I think that censorship, you're absolutely right, and I think that the Dukes of Hazzard kind of represent a time in history that we can look back on. But we have to take a break, Tammy. Thank you.
Okay.
I know, it's crazy. We need to have you back on because, technical and all that good stuff, but...
I'm fully behind you. I support what you're doing, and I appreciate your honesty and your candor as
hey,
always.
That was nothing. The fact that I said yesterday... I said, here's a little tip if you're going swimming this holiday season to avoid shark attacks. Bring a buddy to push in front of the shark. That's where I'm getting backlash. That's
I saw that.
Called me a sick.
Well, I'm going to bring Donald Trump, but that's
Good
a whole
for
other
you.
thing.
Keep on finding the funny, Tammy. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
All right, you're listening to Broadscast at KHTS, your hometown station. Welcome back to Broadscast.
How come we're not periscoping this?
I know, this is crazy.
Of all the days that you want to periscope, we don't do it today.
I mean, I'm sure Danny wasn't expecting when she came into our studio that she'd be using a porta potty in the back because the bathrooms aren't even
Hello,
ready in the
is
studio.
Jackie in?
Hi,
Hi,
Verda. Verda is on the phone. How are you, Verda?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi,
Can you hear
Verda.
me? Hi, Verda.
Yes. Are you there, Jackie?
Yes. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you today?
Good. So, you are you're still trending here, making news.
Really?
It's crazy. So, I know we talked about this, but why don't you just kind of update people? I mean, you grew up, you were adopted by a black couple as a toddler.
Yes.
And you believed your entire life that you too were black.
Yes, I did.
And then what happened?
Well, growing up in Newton, Kansas, and then getting to be age 21, and my adult world began, and I continued in the black society and black churches and black community social activities, and everything was just black to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2013, when I got
the notion to find out my birth mother's name and any information I could get about my adoption, I began that process.
And you found out that they were both...
2014, February 2014, I get the adoption package and all the information that I needed about birth mother Daisy and siblings and adoption documents. I received them, and then I was, overwhelmed.
So you find out that both of your biological parents were in fact white. And so what was your first reaction?
It was just overwhelming. It was just totally overwhelming because I didn't even know their names, much less what nationality they were.
Right. It's already overwhelming probably to get any information about birth parents, never mind that. And how did you have a daughter? How did she react?
Oh, she thought it was amusing. She said, well, knowing me and the way I reacted things, she said, well, don't worry about it. Everything will be okay. And it has been.
So, Verda, this is Kim. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on. Does it change anything for you that you have this your background is different?
Does it change my life?
Well, just your perception about who you are and how you were raised, or
no, I have no change in my attitude, no change in my behavior, because I'm still the same person, and regardless of who I was born to and raised by, as an adult woman, my behavior and my life has already been, a certain way, and I want to continue to have it that way because I enjoy my life and I like who I am.
And how have people responded to your story? I mean, it kind of obviously it came on the heels of Rachel. I can't even pronounce her last name. How have people compared you, and how's the reaction been?
Well, there's been a lot of positive comments. People like my story, but on the other hand, there's been a lot of negative comments about birth mother Daisy. The change with me has been none, but society nowadays, with the open adoption records and biracial marriages and births and everything, it's changed from the 40s when it was negative.
Right.
So race nowadays is more open and discussed, and we talk about things openly now. Mine was a closed adoption in the Missouri, which was a segregated state, and times were very different then and very hard financially. We go by what's on our birth certificates, the names on our birth certificates, but a lot of people are saying, well, you can't go by that anymore. I don't know what else to go by.
Right. But
that's where it is. That's my take on that right now.
But Verda, we talked the other day, and I just loved your energy and just like you were saying a few minutes ago, you've taken this situation where some people would maybe go into this, I don't know who I am, I don't know, this is the way I grew up. You're just taking it in stride, and you are who you are. It hasn't changed you, of course, and I just think that you are an example for other people who go through something that maybe in their families, that, you just keep on keeping on.
Yes, and to me, that is me. I was born with a different name. My birth name was totally different than what I have had for the last 70 years.
Right.
So I'm Verda, and I've always been known as Verda, and that's the way I'm going to be, and it ain't going to change.
Well, we think you're fantastic, Verda. Thank you so much for joining us today. We got to take
Oh,
a
you're
break.
welcome. You're welcome.
And have a-
anytime. I hope your listeners understand this is a positive thing.
Absolutely.
Any adoption is a subject that needs to be talked about more. I think, but it's open now, not closed like it used to be.
Well, we'll
we're
have to
gonna
have it come back on when we
Exactly.
do an adoption show. It's very close to our hearts too, Verda. So thank you so much. Have a great 4th of July, and we'll talk to you again, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
Verda.
thank you.
All right, you're listening to Broadscast on KHTS, your hometown station. Stay tuned after the break.